So is Anthony Edwards the most overrated player in the history of basketball? Yeah, that's how I wanted to start today's show. Hello and welcome back to the Morning Jackpot presented by SoBet.io. I am your host, Jack Cody. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like, turn on the notifications, leave a comment, leave a question. We're going to be debating today for sure. So let's just get right into it. Obviously, I bring up Anthony Edwards being the most overrated player in basketball in the history of life simply because Denver's up 3-2. They've won 3 straight. They now have a chance to go to Minnesota and complete the 4-game-in-a-row gauntlet that I expected out of Denver. And Anthony Edwards just did not show up. He did not show up in Game 5. I'm sure people will have different opinions about that. We're going to have some guys on the show today, including our boy Nate. But before we bring him on, I'm going to get my yap session out of the way. So, how come we don't give the same energy to a guy like Luka Doncic or a guy like Anthony Edwards when he has a bad game, when he doesn't show up? How come we don't keep that same energy? Because every time Jason Tatum doesn't do what Jason Tatum's supposed to do, which apparently means hit 12 threes, shoot 89%, and I'm sorry if I gave him that expectation. I don't think I did, because I see a take on First Take the other day where they're talking about his Game 4 performance, and everyone's saying, yeah, I mean, he played better. I still have concerns for Jason Tatum. Those are the words that were coming out of some of those guys' mouths. And I'm sitting here thinking, he had back-to-back 30-point performances. They won both games very convincingly on the road, and nobody got hurt. What's the problem? You are just trying to create problems for the Celtics if you're the media, because you know that the Celtics are actually the best team in the league, and nobody's going to stop them until, oh, wait, shit, they're in the duck boats. Banner 18, it's here. Anyways, I'm tired of yapping. Nate, let's bring him on. Hello and welcome back to the Morning Jackpot. Nate.
Nathan, you sleepy bitch, you missed the pod yesterday. Mr. Frog, yesterday was an eventful night for me, actually. I got a message for the people. I hammered OKC money line while I was hammered, and woke up hungover as hell. So that's why I missed it. But I'm back. I'm back better than ever. Jack, the first question you asked the people was, is Anthony Edwards the most overrated player ever? Or let me ask you this. Is he, or is Nikola Jokic just the greatest player ever?
Well, that's actually on my notes here, Nathan. It says, is Anthony Edwards overrated? Is Anthony Edwards overrated, or is Jokic just that good? That's what I have written down. So if great minds think alike, then great minds think alike. But no, I mean, I think it's a little bit of both. Jokic was dominant last night, but it's not like Edwards is guarding Jokic. Jokic cooked because Rudy Gobert is the most fraudulent non-defensive player of the year to win defensive player of the year like every year. Like, what are we doing? He's not a good defender.
Lock in for a second. When have we ever seen something like this before? 0 turnovers, 40 points, 77% true shooting on the field.
Oh, this is gonna be a Nikola Jokic glaze session. I didn't know.
No, but
I get he played well, but all right, fine. I guess I would.
Okay. I'm not going to be riding him for the next hour in the show, just saying how good he is. But let's acknowledge the fact that the next Michael Jordan could be born, yes, in Anthony Edwards. But the reason why he will not be born is because of Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is going to prevent that greatness. With his greatness, you beat greatness with an even more astonishing greatness. That is what Jokic presents.
Anthony Edwards is not greatness yet.
Anthony Edwards is very far from greatness.
Yes.
He's shown slivers of it, but no.
I think the media should listen to you this morning. I think Stephen A. I think anyone on air that has had the opinion I think they've had, which is Minnesota goes up 2-0 and then Denver crawls back. But when Minnesota was up 2-0, it was like the series is over, and then Denver comes back and it's like, who's the Michael Jordan now? Like, you got to pick one, fellas. It's either Anthony Edwards or it's Nikola Jokic, but you can't have both of them. You can't just win every time anything happens in the history of life. So, and you're doing it perfect right now. It's like the entire time that Minnesota goes up 2-0 and is riding this big high, and Anthony Edwards goes for back-to-back 40-point games in game 1 and game 2, and you came on here for the next couple of days and gave me hell. You treated me like Jason Tatum is nothing compared to Anthony Edwards. And then what happens? Jokic wins 3 in a row, and it's Jokic is God and Edwards is okay, but it's because Jokic is God. Like, I get that Jokic played well. Hold Edwards accountable for his horrible performance last night, because he absolutely stunk it up. Arguably was
The reason they lost.
Not value. Yes, he was in. What's the word? How do I use this? Not value.
Like a liability?
Yes. Anthony Edwards was a liability on the court last night.
He definitely wasn't the biggest. The biggest liability was Mr. Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. If you saw, bro, the way he got cooked last night, oh my goodness. I like
Mr. Frog bringing up the Steph clip that we reacted to a couple of days ago. We actually watched it back on Mr. Frog. After today's episode, go back and watch. It was not the last time Lloyd was on yesterday, but the time before that Lloyd was on, towards the end of the episode, we watched the Rudy Gobert getting absolutely spun in a spin cycle against Stephen Curry. So go check that out later. But fellas, we got ourselves a show today. You got any other takeaways from that Minnesota-Denver game, just right off the gate? Like any thoughts in your head right now? Because that's what I tend to do at the start of the show, and that's what kind of helps me get going.
Any thoughts in my head right now, other than like we are witnessing because we've always had a debate in the past few months in the basketball world. I've been seeing it on Twitter circulate a lot. The main theme is who's going to take control of the 2020s decade. Who is it going to be? You might think it's going to be Tatum. Some other people might think it's going to be Anthony Edwards. But no, it's Jokic. He won it last year. He's won 3 MVPs in the past 4 years. If that's not as dominant as any other GOAT, I don't know what to say. He's already a top 2 center of all time. I'm not sure if he's won quite yet, but he probably might be one at the end of this season. And yeah, I think that conversation is finally starting to get his answer from me. The 2020s decade is going to be and starting to be dominated by Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, alongside his Scottie Pippen, who is Jamal Murray. Yeah. So obviously you're pushing for Jason Tatum to achieve that greatness, but we'll have to find out.
Yeah, I mean, the thumbnail was Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are the next Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, best duo of all time. So I'm glad that you were able to relate it. Just use a different 2 players. That's fine. That creates a good debate, because I get the whole Jokic owning the 2020s. He's on the right track. He started it pretty darn well. You got 3 MVPs. You got a championship. You're approaching the NBA Finals for a second championship. Not only if Denver wins the championship this year, would it be impressive, it would be them beating the Boston Celtics. So what does that mean? I don't even want to talk about it, but that would be awfully impressive. I will say that. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. I do believe that Jokic will go down as one of the greatest centers of all time, if not the greatest center of all time, because in our imaginary universe, not only do we like to, say what happens on the court, but also we like to create these hypotheticals. And I feel like it hit me the other day. When I'm watching Jokic, I'm just thinking to myself, why do I hate this guy? I don't. He was literally sitting on the bench with 35 points, up 14 after basically completing the third win in a row. And it looked like his dog just died. It looked like he just fell on his face and he got a boo-boo on his knee. It looked like his peanut butter and jelly sandwich had shit in it. Like, he does not look happy at work, but that's what I realized it was for him. And I've never truly just allowed myself to get to that point of appreciating Jokic until now. He's never going to be the face of the league. He's never going to be the greatest basketball player of all time. He's going to be one of the greatest ever. He's going to be statistically known as one of the greatest ever. He's going to dominate at all forces for the next 5 years. But there is a team and a player that can overcome the greatness of Nikola Jokic when it's all said and done, and more importantly, over the next 5 years. I believe that what Nikola Jokic presents, the consistency aspect of it, it's brilliant. But what Tatum and Brown present in terms of an explosiveness and just higher ceiling.
Elevation.
I see Tatum and Brown. I see Tatum as Michael Jordan. I see Jokic as Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference here. Ooh, we got a what about Wemby? But
what do you think Nikola Jokic needs to do to be the face of the NBA?
Nothing. I don't think that's.
You think it's impossible?
It's not a role for him. Like, he's too old. Not too old, but he's like, in order to be the face of the NBA, you kind of need to be that Anthony Edwards to Jason Tatum age. You need to be 22 to 26. So
you got to be like the chosen one.
Bro, like, Giannis was the chosen one until we realized, oh, wait, time's going to be ticking for him. And he's had a couple of bad years, and now he's already, 30? Like, he'll still be good for the next. Okay, so he's still got time.
Jokic is 29. Giannis, let me check. Giannis.
I just think that Jokic is going to win. Jokic is going to try and win 1, maybe 2 more championships, but I think they can get 1. I think they can get one in the next 10 years, and then he retires.
I'll tell you right now, Nikola Jokic needs a 3-peat, and he's the face of the NBA. And I think he's on track to make this obviously his 3-peat. This is his best chance. He's 1 win away from the Western Conference Finals. And the Nuggets just look dominant. Once they win it this year, it's going to be even more motivation to go a 3-peat, kind of just like what the exact same quest that Patrick Mahomes is on. I love comparing Patrick Mahomes and Nikola Jokic in terms of dominance, because they're both so special and raw skill at the very top. And you know what pisses me off about Nikola Jokic? This is the only thing that I don't like about him. If Kobe Bryant was reincarnated and put into Nikola Jokic's mind, we would see the greatest athlete in existence. I'm not even joking. Imagine if Nikola Jokic dedicated all of his time and training, which he probably doesn't even train, but into defense. Imagine he became a defensively like just a great two-way player. Obviously, his offense is what makes him unstoppable. But imagine that.
Nathan, that's Jason Tatum. That is Jason Tatum. Kobe Bryant's mind in a player, but better. That's Jason Tatum.
Tatum doesn't have the skill.
No. Jason Tatum.
No.
When you talk about Jason Tatum versus Kobe Bryant, Jason Tatum is Kobe Bryant. But he's bigger, better, faster, and stronger. The only thing Kobe has is the wiser aspect. And I think over time, Tatum can gain the wiser aspect. And when Tatum's 33, he could be better than his 26, 27-year-old self. Who the hell knows? But what I'm going to say is this. It's 2024. So Jason Tatum is a better version of Kobe Bryant, and that's exactly what you just tried to explain while you were trying to get Jokic to be this Kobe Bryant. But I get exactly what you were trying to say, because watching that game last night, what was the game plan for Denver? I guarantee you in that huddle, they're saying, Jokic, I get it. I know you don't like the game of basketball. drive to the hoop every single time because you can score. Rudy
Okay.
Gobert is a liability. You have to attack him. You just have to go at him. And that was the first time where I really saw Jokic that aggressive, that unselfish. It's just like, give me the ball. I'm going to go score every single possession. It was impressive. I'll give him his flowers for that.
So, like, are we gonna? We should acknowledge this as well with Mr. Frog saying, "What about Wemby?" Because Wemby's huge. I tend to forget about Wemby sometimes because just he's so young. He's not even 20 years old yet. I mean, he just turned 20. I'm pretty sure something like that.
Yeah,
we don't know what he's gonna do. What are your thoughts, Jack?
I think we should each draft. Wes, listen, you're coming in here saying Knicks in 6. Now, have I been a Pacers advocate in many ways during this series? Yes, but I feel like I'm just trying to play my role as a Celtics fan. I appreciate the greatness of the New York Knicks. I can't wait to play you guys in the Eastern Conference Finals. If you do get to that point, you still got a game 6 and potentially a game 7. But, congratulations on your win. Congratulations on your game 5 win. That was very impressive, especially with the amount of injuries you're dealing with. But respectfully, y'all are cooked in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I did actually say Knicks in 6 to start, too. I have video proof of it.
And you are mistaken by the fact that the Knicks are cooked because
not the Knicks.
I say this after every single Knicks win.
Oh, all right.
I say this after every single Knicks win, and I'm going to say it again, Jack. And I'm gonna make sure I stomp on your throat if the Knicks beat the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals because Jalen Brunson needs his respect. You know what I'm starting to see on Twitter now? You know what I'm starting to see in comment sections? I'm starting to see people saying, Jalen Brunson, no way he can be this hard to guard. That is how you know he is great. If you don't know how to stop him, if he's 6'1", 6 foot with 6'2" with shoes on, right? Like and you don't know how to stop him, there's just something about
the Pacers are literally stupid. The Pacers literally, I should be the coach, bro.
Can't guard Brunson.
You can't.
And it will be the same exact thing.
It's not that hard. I get that you just said that. One-on-one, what do we talk about all the time? In one-on-one basketball, if you're an NBA player and you're a point guard, a small forward, if you are a one-on-one basketball player, you can cook. That puts a smile on your face when you get a one-on-one matchup, regardless. So that one-on-one defense, I get it. Nembhard was getting a little cooked. I'm gonna be honest, bro. First of all, did you have to turn off the volume last night when you were watching that Knicks Pacers game? Because my goodness, Van Gundy is the worst color commentator in the history of color commentators.
Do you want to explain? I was at the gym watching the game.
No, there really shouldn't be any explanation other than the fact that he's annoying as hell. Like, there's a time and a place for silence. There's a time and a place to just hear the greatness of Madison Square Garden. Then there's a time to yap. This dude, it sounded like in the fourth quarter when everything's winding down, bro, I'm just trying to relax at night. This is like a 9:30 p.m. moment. And I got Van Gundy. The volume is 40 on my TV. I got Van Gundy yapping. All right, maybe I'm being a little hypocritical here.
With the yapping. Yeah, well, I mean, Van Gundy is definitely not top 5 NBA commentators, I'd say.
Oh, he's annoying as hell. He won't shut up. He won't stop talking. And
there's always Doris Burke,
the Knicks. They glaze the Knicks.
He could always be Doris Burke, though.
I would rather have Doris.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Chat,
let me know. Would you rather have Doris Burke commentating the game as a lead commentator or Jeff Van Gundy?
I would rather have Doris Burke than Jeff Van Gundy.
Hell no.
In a million years. Say what you want about Doris Burke.
Lead commentator to commentate the entire game.
If I have Mike Breen play-by-play and I need one color commentator and I have to pick between Van Gundy and Doris Burke. Listen, there are two different Van Gundys. The one we had last year was good. The one we have this year sucks. One of them was like the Pistons coach once. One of them was like an all-timer that got to go with, him and Mark Jackson. That duo of color commentary was electric. That time to be alive was amazing. And yet now here we sit and Van Gundy's yapping in my ear. I'm like, get the hell out. Stop talking. So then I just lower the volume and I watch the game in silence.
I mean, you could go that route if you want.
But I honestly, Mr. Frog said Jeff. So do you think, obviously we got a couple games to talk about tonight, but we were talking about the face of the league, and I feel like it's a good time to do some type of either draft or selection based off of who we think is the next face of the NBA. So do you want to just go back and forth? We each get 5 picks here.
Drafting potential faces in the league for like the next 5 years. Should we do like a timestamp or just
we're gonna
next
keep it
face of the league?
We're gonna keep it as simple as, you get this player for the next 5 years. Keep in mind the face of the league aspect of it, but you get this player for the next, should we say 10 years? Because if it's 5 years, you're going to say Jokic. I would say
5 to 7. 5 to 7 years.
You get this player for the next 5 to 7 years. Ideally, you start your franchise with them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
With the first overall pick, give me Jason Tatum. If that is not your consensus 1A at this point in time, you're just simply wrong, and that's okay. It's going to take a championship to convince a lot of people.
Nobody else is picking that pick. Nobody else except you. The 1A and 1B in this draft is Anthony Edwards and Nikola Jokic.
You can have
whoever
what
is below. Yeah, no, literally.
So who are you taking? One?
And I don't know. That's what I have to. That's the decision I have to make right now.
Ant or Jokic? I'm not going to take Jokic. Or am I?
You see, don't fuck with me. All right. Just because Jokic has already showed his greatness and is continuing to show it at a very high level, give me Jokic. Give me Jokic.
I literally had Ant written down already for you. It's a horrible pick. Jokic has 2 years left tops.
Top what? He's 29, bro. Why? Like, it's up to him.
No, he's gonna win a championship. He's gonna say, "All right, I'm good."
You don't realize
it, bro.
I don't think you realize this though. If he retires early, everybody's gonna be talking about Nikola Jokic's career exactly how Megatron's career was talked about in football, because he retired early too, and he was very, very dominant at the wide receiver position. That's the perfect comparison I cooked.
No, that was genuinely like one of your worst comparisons ever.
What do you mean? There are each.
Megatron didn't win shit.
It doesn't, because there's
you know who you could have said? Larry Bird. You could have said Larry Bird.
There's only so much you can do as a. Are you racist? Because they're both white.
How the fuck does that make me?
No. Look, listen.
Bird stopped his career early. He won a bunch of MVPs. Injuries kept him from playing longer. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. All right, go. Sorry.
Compare Jokic to the game of football. Wait, hold on. I want to stay on this topic for a second.
Okay.
Compare Jokic to the game of football. Who is his football comparison in terms of a football player that retired early and couldn't live his legacy to like the max potential? It's Megatron. It's perfect. He's physically dominant at his position, and there's only so much you can do as a wide receiver. You can't carry your team as a wide receiver. Only as a quarterback you can. But there's no quarterback that really retired early, right?
Why we gotta make it about NFL versus NBA? Just give me Steph, LeBron, and KD. That's my trio of quarterback, wide receiver.
I love getting sidetracked whenever talking about sports, but like at the same time, it's like it's also a weakness, you know? Like I gotta stop doing it.
No. I feel like everyone's born with a weakness. At the end of the day, you just tend to get off in a tangent. I was just trying to think about a Nikola Jokic comparison. The only name, when you brought up the question, the way you phrased it, it made me think of Andrew Luck. But even him, It's like, what did he win? Well, he went to the AFC Championship, and I feel like winning. Nah, it does not. Nobody compares to Jokic. Oh, you can
We
only.
done with the 90s. Look at Owen's take.
What did Owen say? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I don't want to do this again, bro. Draymond Green has more threes than Larry Bird. We done with the 80s and the 90s. Wow.
Draymond Green.
Or does that show and prove that statistics show 5% of a story? Like statistics, we should be done with stats. That's what we should be done with.
No.
Just watch the game.
Stats are one of the most important metrics to define how the game is going. Because if you take a look,
I love Mr. Frog, bro. This brother, he's funny. Coming in, just get all the vibes. Just giving the chat the vibes. Shout out, Mr. Frog. Shout out.
Yeah, like my weakness is waking off. You know, got to be better than that as a man. You know, you got to stay disciplined. You got to stay mentally strong. Do you want to share now, Jack? What's your weakness?
Not glazing fucking Jason Tatum. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
I have a lot.
What were we even doing? Oh yeah, we were doing a draft, bro.
Yeah, I know. I had Tatum. You had Jokic.
Okay, all right. Now you go.
Tatum, Jokic. All
right. Bro's gonna say Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is his weakness. Weakness, Jason Tatum.
Oh, that's wild. All right, I'll take Ant.
Yeah, I mean, you don't like that pick, but it's the right pick if you want to win the draft, which you probably will, because
there's a better pick, but it's just like I don't want you to have Ant. Like I'm trying to win the draft too. I get it.
Bro, dude. No, that's that.
No, Owen, no.
Yes, bro, we got to do that draft.
Yeah, I'll take Tatum.
No, if you take Tatum, bro, that shit's going viral.
Owen, you gotta chill. My boy said then probably Embiid. Like, bro's being dead ass.
I'm gonna take Fred VanVleet because he looks like Drake, you know. So like they probably got the same.
Just take your second pick.
All right, my
draft was supposed to be quick.
With my second overall pick, I'm gonna take. Give me Tyrese Maxey.
Okay, give me Luka Doncic with my third pick.
Fuck me harder. You know what? Tyrese Maxey might actually win a championship. I already said this yesterday.
You can't make a claim for how Maxey is better than Luka, bro.
I said this yesterday.
What'd you say? You actually weren't on the show, so
not on the morning jackpot, but on a little
the StreamYard special.
Mr. Frog, come here.
Oh my God,
Wemby, come here. Yeah.
How did Wemby fall, bro? How did Wemby fall? That's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse. Wemby falling and me not taking him, or you taking Tyrese Maxey over Victor Wembanyama?
Because I said this yesterday. Tyrese Maxey might actually win a championship. Luka Doncic will never win a championship.
Who would Tyrese Maxey win a championship with?
He might just create his own legacy. Tyrese, that man is gifted, bro. I saw a podcast where Tyrese was like, for the All-Star break, he woke up at like 5 or 6 a.m. to go like train and work out, and he was expected to be like the first one there because like nobody beats him. He's always the earliest one there. He's always about working hard, work ethic, all that kind of stuff. But I think LeBron beat him, and he was like, "Damn, like this motherfucker," So I think there's levels to greatness, and you and I talk about this all the time, but there's just something else about like being on the highest level and then beating out and working harder than the hardest working players. Like that is how you become great. And I have absolute faith. I have so much confidence and Tyrese Maxey becoming an all-time great and just sprouting into an amazing player. So yeah, I mean, I don't really regret taking him over Luka Doncic. That might be a very hot take. That might be a that might be a
Oh, there's never been a better time for it after that game 4 performance. But if he goes for 50 in game 5, then you look like an absolute fool.
Right. And I mean, it might be like a Derek White over Jalen Brunson type take, but I mean, at the same time, I'm going to ride with it. Luka Doncic is never going to win a championship, and I'm going to post that clip on TikTok later. If anybody here doesn't follow Imagine Sports on TikTok, make sure you guys do.
Yeah, because you are the head of that. You're the face. You're the face of the league of Imagine Sports. I'm LeBron. I'm Steph. You can be Anthony Edwards. All right. So we both got 2 more picks remaining.
Let's go, Mr. Frog. He follows the page. All right, don't look at the chat because the chat's gonna give us picks. So
I know. I'm not looking at chat. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm trying to think.
Bro, we're like both retarded for like not taking Wemby first or second. That's insane. Yeah. He fell to the 3rd in the 2nd round of the 3rd. He went 6th overall. Bro, we're gonna get flamed in the comments section for letting him drop that low. Because I was just thinking about players in the playoffs, right? And then you just completely because like you can't blame us at the same time because like he is kind of forgettable a little bit, you know. I mean, even though he is Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year candidate, it's like
I didn't want to take the guy who I'm about to take, but I'm going to take him.
Who? I'm drinking a protein smoothie. Got to get big.
I'm going to take Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay. I don't hate it at all. It's a good pick.
You're 4th, my sir.
With the first, no.
You got it, buddy. Is Chet Holmgren?
Nah, not Chet.
Zion? Ja?
Give me Ja. Give me Ja.
I think Ja's a good pick there. I would have gone him, but I just feel like there's somebody that I trust more to provide greatness over the next 5 to 7 years versus Ja Morant. With my 5th overall pick, give me Cooper Flag.
Motherfucker's not even in the NBA yet. But, I mean,
it's not a bad
whatever
pick.
Makes you happy.
It's not a bad pick. By the time Cooper Flag gets into the league, Ja Morant going to be off his suspension. So,
wait a second. I'm about to cook. With my 5th and final pick, give me Bronny James.
Woo! Yep, fellas, whenever you say in the comments that we're just saying shit for clicks, I promise you, we're not just saying shit for clicks. That was a prime example of somebody saying shit for clicks, though. Hey, Mr. Frog just finished a bottle of beer. Shout out Mr. Frog. Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Hey, you took Cooper Flag, so I had to take Bronny. It's only right, you know.
All right. Let's talk about the games tonight. So we got Celtics Cavs game 5. We got OKC versus Dallas game 5. Boston has a chance to go back to another Eastern Conference Finals. I believe if I have the math correctly, this would be their 3rd consecutive appearance in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, Nathan, when you hear something like that, you kind of just get lost in the moment over the last couple of years and then come to the realization that, holy shit, the Celtics are actually very consistent. Tatum's actually very consistent. Brown's actually very consistent. They're the recipe for success, and all they do is win, and they continue to get to Eastern Conference Finals? Or are you going to sit here and say that don't mean shit, win a championship?
we're also just not going to ignore the fact that you just said Tatum's been very consistent. But yeah, I mean,
yeah, he's into the fucking Eastern Conference Finals for 3 straight years in a row. What else is consistent to you? What's the definition of consistency?
The definition of consistency is night in and night out. You know what you're going to get from a player. I don't know what I'm getting.
Or is it long term?
I don't know what I'm getting from Tatum night in and night out.
Or do you do the little things, or do you do the little things on a day in, day out basis to create greatness of a long-term project?
That's what Tatum needs to do, but the Celtics don't win when Tatum just plays like a role player, bro. Like, that's just not the formula.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. He's not playing like a role player. He's playing like he's the best player on the team, and we got him back to that point. Game 2, fully in agreement. He didn't take enough shots. They didn't get him the ball enough, and he missed a lot of shots. That's a recipe for disaster. They got him back on track. Game 3, game 4, everything's okay.
All right, I think there's actually a ton of pressure on the Celtics to win here in Game 5, because if you don't, you go to Game 6
and
in Cleveland,
and you win.
And
I see what you're saying though. Force it to 7.
I gotta think. So it's like Donovan Mitchell's going to be back most likely for I mean, I don't know if he's active tonight or not, but there definitely comes a lot of pressure with tonight, because you could also justify the Celtics' only 2 losses in the postseason by saying, oh yeah, they only suck in Game 2s. The only 2 losses that they've had this year in the playoffs was during Game 2s. So you could just say, oh yeah, the Celtics are as dominant as ever. The only losses that they took is Game 2s. They just suck at Game 2s. So close this one out.
Mm-hmm.
Be the first team that advances in this playoffs. Mm-hmm. And that'll kind of assert the Celtics' dominance. That is what the Celtics need to do tonight. So yes, this is the highest stakes yet for the Celtics. But then again, it's a little dumb to say that, because, you know, as the playoffs progress, every single game, you know, the stakes get higher every single game for every single team. So, but yeah, there's a lot of pressure here. So
the stakes do not raise until, I would say, the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think this team understands that. And that doesn't mean that you can't try in the first round, or you're not trying to play playoff basketball in the first 2 rounds. It's just having the understanding that your opponent in the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be a lot tougher than your opponent in the first 2 rounds. Mm-hmm. And also, yeah, it's about expectations and stakes. When you're in the Eastern Conference Finals, you can't give away games. Those games are, you know, what are you laughing about?
I'm sorry, bro. Owen is wilding in this chat.
Owen is wild into. I'm reading them. I'm not showing them. Okay. Wow.
Bro. Wait.
Oh, do not read the chat.
Okay. That's funny, but he also like the Derek White chat is also facts.
Okay, which one should I show and which one should I not show?
You should show the Bronny one, because don't you know a little bit of inside information on the Bronny? I don't know how much you can say, but
I do. I can confirm Bronny James does fuck. I will say that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. And LeBron might walk in there and say, "Hey," sorry, that was out of pocket.
Hey.
No, that's crazy. Yeah. One time she was telling me this story. She's like, "Yeah, so I was over Bronny's house, and you know, we were just kicking it in Bronny's room. He was playing some video games. I was just kicking it in the bed, and then LeBron walks in and he goes, 'What up, Bram? Hey, Bronny.'"
So LeBron was like, "What up, Bram?
How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, hey, how you doing?"
Bro, he's such
LeBron just walks in with a towel around. Hey, how you doing? Hey, what up, Bronny? That's crazy. All right. I got Celtics, but I got Jason Tatum over 2.5 threes. That's my play.
Bro, every single time we are just so everybody is clear, on this show, we are 0-2 when we bet a Celtics player over on threes. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I think we go back for a third.
You want to run it back, Turbo?
He's at home. You know,
That doesn't mean anything, bro. The Celtics are 500 at home.
it's not about that. It's about
No.
shooting the rock. It's about shooting the rock with efficiency at home.
Can you explain that to me, by the way, for a second? How are the Celtics the best playoff atmosphere in the NBA, according to you, but they don't even have a winning record at home?
Because Tatum actually said this. I'm going to steal the words right from his mouth. Basically, when they're at home, they feel like they're relaxed. They feel like they're playing relaxed. And when they're on the road, they feel like their backs are against the wall. So therefore, they play better on the road when their backs are against the wall than when they are at home, because they tend to just get relaxed at home because they're at home and you're playing against crappy opponents and you're like sitting back and relaxing. Whereas on the road, it don't matter who you're playing. A road win is a road win in the NBA. So that's why they get the road wins and they sit back and relax at home. And, you know, they have a mental lapse in game 2. But it's weird, but it is a true thing. Like, the stats don't lie for that one. They do play better on the road, but I don't buy the idea of they can't win 2 in a row at home, or they're not as good at home. It's just they've had flukes at home. I get that.
Want
But
to
they can
know?
still win by 25 at home.
But you want to know why that is? I think the biggest reason, and while I do understand, what Tatum said, bro, if that home crowd was actually electric, imagine if the entire crowd was just wearing green, like wearing their playoff shirts.
Yeah, we will when the NBA Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals happen. I'm gonna be very honest. You had to be a super diehard to go to those first 2 rounds. You had to be a real big fan to the point where you're cool with spending money on the first 2 rounds, knowing you're probably going to spend money on the 3rd and 4th round, because we are going to show up and show out for the 3rd and 4th round. But dude, Celtics fans have been waiting for this for 3 years. We don't have to celebrate over a game 1 win against the Cavs. We don't have to celebrate after a first round series win against the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler. We're going to win game 5 tonight. We're going to, everyone's going to be smiling. Everything's going to be okay. And then we're going to be like, all right, bring me the next. Jack, it's just on to the next.
I just got chills for a second. You want to know what epitome just crossed my mind, bro? Don't you always wish you could be the GM, the coach, the water boy, the Celtic for the Celtics, anything for the Celtics to put your team, your favorite team, in a better position to win? Don't you wish that?
If Brad Stevens gave me a call and said, do you want to be the head coach? If they fired Joe Mazzulla, I'm down.
But I'm not even talking about head coach, but just doing anything in your power,
water boy,
to impact your team to win. Don't you wish you could?
You know I'd be feeding those boys, right?
You know you would. So I mean, maybe I'm off one right now. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. But what if you were able to create a promotional video to motivate Celtics fans to wear their playoff shirts, and it just does great, and then just like there's a different type of electric environment.
So if they win tonight, or if they lose, regardless, I'm going to make a video tomorrow. I'm going to be like, I'm tired. Tired of the fan base not being the fan base. Lock in and bring us banner 18. This is up to us.
Everyone tag the Celtics down below.
No, but I'm for real. Like, the games we've lost at home, our home crowd has sucked. If you're a fan and you're picking which game to go to, you're picking game 1. You're not picking game 2. Nobody goes to game 2.
This is Boston sports as well. Like, if this is Boston culture, like, okay, so-called the best city in the U.S. for sports. Like,
we don't show up for game 2s. We don't show up for game 2s. We show up for game 5, game 7.
No, but show me in your crowd. Show me in the spirit.
We've been doing that for 100 years. We do not need to celebrate first-round wins like the Sacramento Kings.
What I'm saying is I need energy. I need energy.
I don't want to show energy.
Like a pacer.
Get to the NBA Finals, I'll show you energy.
All right. Let me see it in the –
I show energy every single night. I'm telling you right now, if you're a Boston Celtics fan and you were going to pick between which game do I go to? Do I go to game 1 or do I go to game 2? You're never in a million years going to say, hey, I'm going to go to game 2. That's the worst possible game any fan could ever go to. It's dead in that building. And that's not against us. That's just the fact that game 2 suck. It's a long series, and we're just trying to get to the end. Well, I'm yapping.
Did the last game being closer concern you? That's what Josh asked.
I have. Did the last? Okay, we got a couple of chats here. Did the last game being close concern you? No, actually, I felt very good about another road win. Nathan and I talked about this a little bit, but the idea of a win being a win and a win is a win.
A win is a win.
A win is a win. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to roll with it. And I thought we played really well. I thought the Cavs shot the ball lights out. And I think sometimes teams are just going to shoot really well, and that's okay. You just got to roll with the punches and keep it going. And we won by 7. It's not like we won at the buzzer, we won by 3, or we lost. We won the game. I think the Celtics will trade Tatum to the Wizards. Hi, from Serbia. What's your take on European basketball? There are many Celtics fans here.
Nikola, a Nikola from Serbia. Man, that's an interesting little cross path over there. On European basketball, I've actually never tapped into European basketball, but I checked out the Euro League on Instagram the other day because I saw
you talking about. You watch it every night.
European basketball.
Yeah, that's what Jokic and Luka are doing right now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about like the Euro League.
Yeah, I got you. My bad.
Like Real Madrid and stuff. Like I saw the home crowds over there, and it is insane. Like there is real passion in Europe. I only wish I would die to see an NBA crowd be like that. So
I'm just
Nicola, let me know how. I mean, what European basketball is like. Like, is the energy higher? Are there as many diehard fans?
I'm gonna be crazy asking this question, but is Serbia in Europe?
Bro, do you ever leave New York at all? Do you ever leave your apartment, let alone?
I don't go to
you
Serbia.
Know your geography, bro. What the fuck is that?
That was such a serious question too. Like, I'm still waiting for an answer. Where is Serbia? You don't even know. So just stop trolling me, bro. You don't know if Serbia is in Europe.
I know it's in Europe.
I don't know if it's in Europe, bro.
It is in Europe.
All right, it's in Europe.
I don't know where in Europe.
Anyways, Europe. Nicola, what are my thoughts on European basketball? The fact that 2 Europeans by the name of Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic have come into the NBA and brought this new type of energy, it's appreciated. And so for that, I say thank you. I think they bring such a cool style, such a unique style. Anytime you get a new type of style, presented and promoted in the NBA, it's a beautiful thing. Nikola Jokic, he's a fabulous player. One of the all-time greats. Luka Doncic, going to be one of the all-time greats. You hold Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic to a very high standard. They are not Jason Tatum. So that's why they're Celtics fans over there, because they realize that Jokic and Luka are not Tatum, so then they're Celtics fans.
I actually have a lot of questions about the Euro League. Like, how does the system work? Is it like points? Like every win that you get, is it 3 points per team? Is there like such thing as all-star games? Is there one regular season to the playoffs? Are there like tournaments? Like, is there like a Champions League for the Euro League? Like, how does it work? That's my question. Like, I would love to know how it works. And I mean, I know Kemba Walker is in the Euro League right now. So Kemba Walker used to be a dog. Bro, please throw up Owen's chat right now.
No, I'm not throwing up Owen's chat, bro. T-Wolves in 7. No. Denver in 6.
I'm not gonna lie, that take by Nasty was one of the worst takes I've ever heard. saying that every single road team.
No, I think it was a bet that he placed right before the series started. So the fact that it even went 4 of 4 is pretty bizarre.
Yeah, but doesn't he have ultimately Timberwolves in 7 or like?
Yeah, but
did he put the bet like every single team is gonna?
The bet was literally Timberwolves win game 1. He predicted every single outcome of every single game in this series. Timberwolves, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Timberwolves. And, you know, shit's cooked. Shit is cooked. It's pretty close to Europe. That makes sense.
Italy.
Oh, wait. Italy, my bad. Pretty close to Italy.
Europe and Italy are the same thing, man. Pretty close, though.
I got to get my geography right, but all right. We got OKC Dallas. We need to find a play of the day. We need to find a play of the day because I'm going to be honest, bro. Lloyd came in here towards the end of the show yesterday, and he gave me Knicks to lose. And I was on the Knicks for the first 45 minutes. I did the first 45 minutes of the show. I was just yapping it up. And I'm like, I think the Pacers are the better team, but this, that, New York probably wins game 5. And then Lloyd comes in, and Lloyd convinced me that the Pacers were going to win game 5. So we need
that did not happen.
And we need a pick of the day.
You know what's hilarious, bro? Every single game that you predicted in that series, Pacers Knicks, it's been the polar opposite.
Yeah,
the Pacers are winning tonight. Knicks win. The Knicks are winning tonight. Pacers win.
That's to show you that my opinions are right. Just it's time and a place.
All right, let's check this chart out. Well, basically, there are 18 teams that get invited every year. 6 teams go directly to the playoffs, and my team plays 7 and 10, go to the play-in. Oh, interesting. Your team finished 11th. Yikes.
Y'all are like the Houston Rockets of the European.
So explain your league and like explain your team in NBA terms. Like, is your team like the Pelicans?
Like what type of team are you? Are y'all like the Golden State Warriors? Or are we like, the Pelicans, the Kings?
Yeah, the Pelicans seem a little more. Alrighty.
Oh my gosh. Owen, bro.
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff cooking up on the Sobetty right now, but
oh yeah, let's see if Soba got anything going on.
I'm trying to look for some inspiration.
Let's head over to sobet.io right now. Let's check out, see if we got any plays on the feed that we want to tail.
All right, this is crazy. The Celtics are minus 1,400. $10 wins you 71 cents.
That's not something that you would.
That's wicked. And $10 on the Cavs wins you $83. So just for the hell of it, I might even take the Cavs just for those odds. some crazy odds.
You gonna take the Cavs?
Yeah, $10 to win 83. I mean, I'm up big time. So if you guys have not used code Jackpot on the Morning Jackpot, y'all missing out. Y'all missing out big time on SoBet.
Yeah, I'm gonna show them a feed real quick. We got, look at this, Hobby Capper. Just had a hell of a day again. He's been cooking. You're able to join. SoBet not only has this feed, so when you sign up for SoBet, you get this whole feed of all the handicappers and all of their best bets, all of their daily bets, but then you also can sign up for everyone's VIP and get their, really exclusive picks. And it's just a great system because you not only get the $9.99 all things feed. What isn't Dimes doing? You got all these tickets. Look at all these check marks. A lot of green. And yeah, I mean, I use SoBet. I use SoBet mainly just for the MLB plays are big time
Yeah,
because
big
I
time.
don't know what the hell to bet in the MLB, and every day it's a new thing. But like these bettors literally they research the shit out of it to the point where they know it's going to happen. Obviously, it's not always going to happen, but there's some legit handicapping going on SoBet, so you want to go check that out. And I'll even I'll have my NBA opinions. I'll keep my NBA opinions kind of as my own opinions, but I'll go on SoBet, and if everyone's tailing the Knicks, then it's like, shit, do I tail the Knicks or do I fade the public? And that gives you a decent idea of what you want to do. If you feel really confident about the other side, then it might convince you to like, hey, don't put that much on this one, or maybe take the other side. So it's a very helpful resource and tool if you want to be a good sports bettor and you want to make some money. And SoBet.io. Use code jackpot.
Nice.
All right.
I think I got to pick. Jack.
You got to pick. All right.
Yep.
Bet.
Over 206 points for Boston and Cleveland. They have gone over this line in, I believe, let me check. I think every game so far, actually, except game 3. So this has hit every single game so far except game 3. So 3 out of 4 times it's already hit. I like this today. Boston should blow them out, but not a complete blowout. So I think they'll keep it within like 15-ish points. And that's my pick. If you see anything else juicier, you let me know. But that's my thing.
I like it. I like it. Look at this comment. My team, Partisan, was called the Boston Celtics of Serbia. I think we are like the Knicks. We look good, but lose it all in the end. Yeah. So they're a combination of the Knicks and the Celtics. That's a hell of a team. That's one hell of a team.
So do you have to win like the Serbian league to go to the European league to get invited to the 18 team thing? That's my next question for Mr. Nikola Dimokovic. See, I'm Romanian, actually, so I got a little European blood in my shit, you know?
No, yeah. I respect that, rightfully so. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta roll that shit off the tongue.
Jack, tell the people who do you think's winning tonight? And I think the most 50-50 matchup there is. Dallas or OKC?
Dallas bounce back because Luka Doncic bounce back.
You think
It's
so?
very simple. You do not need to overcomplicate this. This is game 5 in OKC. I think Dallas. I think Luka plays better on the road in many ways. And I like Dallas in the series.
Whoa. Luka's line for points. I want you to take a guess.
If that shit is lower, well, if it's lower than 30, then I'm taking it. But if it's lower than 27.5, then holy shit.
It's at 27.5.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Right on the money.
Oh God.
Is that a hammer? Am I hammering that? Is that the jackpot of the day, baby? Is that in fact the pick of the mother flipping flapping day?
Luka Doncic over 27.5 points. You better lock it in.
That's the most jack pick of all time. Just bet on the star players.
Just bet on the superstars over. They're gonna hit about 50% of the time. So you're not gonna win any money.
Well, you cooked yesterday too with Nembard. Was that his name?
Yeah, but then Halliburton shit the bed and the Pacers lost. And then Anthony Edwards decided to literally suck. So
dick. Oh, yes. Pull up Josh's chat because I have an answer to that. Is Luka being carried by his team right now? Like we're relying on PJ and Kyrie? Absolutely. He's not relying on them. He's trying to do his own thing. But what's his name? Colin Cowherd said this the other day, and I said this to Jack, and I want to reiterate this for the people in the back who didn't hear this. Luka Doncic, when he doesn't have the ball, like, you can't even see him on the TV screen. He needs the ball to succeed. He doesn't have any other strength, in my opinion, when he doesn't have the ball. So, like, Curry, when he doesn't have the ball, he gains so much attention by the defense. LeBron, same thing. So he is kind of a liability, at least last game. I understand Luka is banged up, but I think Kyrie needs to kick it into a different gear if the Mavericks want to make it past this round. So I think the pressure's all on Kyrie Irving. So I'm a little hesitant on this 27.5 line, but if Jack successfully peer pressures me, then I'll take it.
Fella, I'm going to successfully peer pressure you. Don't you worry. That shit is hitting like never before. I mean, he has to play better. He has to bounce back. Am I wrong to say that? Luka has to give you 28 tonight, minimum. He got to go for 30 for Dallas to have a chance.
Oh, man. But you know what line I like even better than that? Kyrie Irving, 21.5.
You might as well just take both of them.
You're gonna tell me Kyrie's not gonna score 22 points tonight?
I know, but that's what I said about Jamal Murray, bro.
But Jamal Murray is Jamal Murray. Kyrie Irving.
He dropped. Yeah, Jamal Murray had 4 points at halftime.
See, because I feel like I can't rely on Jamal Murray. He's kind of hit or miss in terms of like sports.
You can rely on Kyrie to give you 22.
You can, yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're
Jalen
very
Williams at 19.5. Chet Holmgren is 15.5. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's at 31.5.
I would take that. I would take Shai because that's really what it is. That's what it comes down to, is Shai going for 32. What?
So we just take the two MVP candidates to just go over.
That's what I normally do.
All right, let's take a look.
I just think in a game 5, that's usually what happens. Is you have your two best players in the series just rise to the occasion, and then whoever plays better wins the game. I mean, I feel like last night that both games are kind of lopsided, so you got to look out for that tonight. But I think OKC versus Dallas is gonna be a close one. Celtics probably blow them out tonight. Celtics are gonna convincingly win. What's the Celtics spread? Probably like 14.5. I would stay away. I'll just take Tatum's over.
14.5. Yeah,
it's tough. I mean, I would probably still take it, but if you really want to. But Tatum's hitting 3 threes tonight. Hasn't hit all playoffs.
3 threes is kind of crazy.
You don't have to take it. I'm going to take it.
Go ahead. And let me know if it hits. It probably will. It probably will hit just because I'm not taking it.
So that's why you should take it.
Because that's how.
Oh, did I convince you yesterday? We had a phone call. We literally had a phone call about the exact situation that occurred. Will Caitlin Clark, what's the better bet? Over 3.5 threes or over 20.5 points? And well, she hit 4 threes and scored 20 points. So the better bet was the 3.5 threes, and we cashed it. I'm excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, but mostly ladies, the Stephen Curry of the WNBA is here.
Guarantee you there's not. Stephen Curry at a WNBA. Hell of a take. I think she's next up. Did I text you this? Like, we're literally watching Steph Curry go into the NBA again and like rise and have this whole,
from the start. Steph Curry wasn't a prodigy like right away.
He didn't
have the same type.
But people didn't. The attention was not on Steph the way that it's on Caitlin Clark in her rookie season.
Absolutely not. And also, let's take a look at the schools they both went to. Steph went to what school again?
Davidson.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Steph is known as one of the best March Madness players of all time. So he was hyped up. He was the 7th pick. He wasn't the first pick, but it's about changing the game. And it's about the fact that Steph didn't look like his dominant self that he does today in the first 3 years, and that's okay. That's what should happen. You shouldn't be looking like Michael Jordan right away. That shit takes time. MJ didn't win a championship till he was 28 years old. Like, we put this high expectation on them right away, when in reality, you just got to watch them. You just got to appreciate their greatness. Yeah. Maybe I'm talking shit.
Because at the end of the day, that's all we can do. We can only watch.
We can only watch.
We watch,
and we can
give our takes, and
watching.
See as greatness takes over. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I don't have any other picks or plays. I got 10 on Garland one set. I got Derek White for making 5 or more, 3 for $10. Mr. Frog is taking Darius Garland to score 3-pointers, 2 3-pointers. Supposed to hit 2 threes or more. I like it. I like Garland. If Mitchell's not playing, then Garland got to go crazy. You got to go crazy.
See, that's the thing, because Mitchell's questionable right now, and that's why I'm staying away from that game, because when he is active or non-active, like, lines are going to change, and it's just going to fuck everything up, and I don't want to touch that right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna just stick to OKC and Dallas when it comes to betting tonight.
Yeah,
you got to bet smart. You got to bet smart.
And you take Dallas. You take Luka's over 27.5. You take Kyrie over 21.5. I would take Shea over 31.5. But any one of those is a good bet tonight. In a pivotal game 5 for, you expect the superstars to come out. You truly do. Any final questions in chat? That's gonna do it. The morning jackpot.
He said, "No, fuck being smart."
Would the Cavs be better in this series if they had Mitchell and Jared Allen the whole series? Yes and no. I think Mitchell played, mainly. I think if Mitchell plays game 4, I don't think it changes much. I mean, maybe Cleveland can win game 4, but I don't buy it. Jared Allen being out, that's a big deal, obviously, but Kristaps is out. So that kind of cancels it out, and you got both those dudes being out, and then you just play. Everyone's kind of little weak-handed, short-handed, not weak-handed.
It's minimum a 6-game series if Mitchell and Jared Allen are in for the whole series, minimum. But it's also a 5 to 6 game series if Kristaps is in for the whole series. So it's like, you could take what you can get, but obviously the Celtics are the better team. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight, though.
Yeah, we will see what happens tonight. We will be back on the morning jackpot at 9 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow to recap it and talk about Minnesota versus Denver game 6 happening tomorrow, as well as the New York Knicks. Let's see if the Knicks can close it out and advance to an Eastern Conference Finals. Mr. Frog has had way too much to drink. Mr. Frog, I hope you have a great night. I hope you get to bed safely and peacefully, and I hope that this puts you to bed, as a matter of fact. Any final words? Jason Tatum's the greatest basketball player of all time, and he proves it again tonight.
No, he's not.
And that's going to do it. Make sure you go to SoBet.io to sign up for SoBet using code Jackpot to get the best bets, because, we gave you a couple, but if you want to get the true sports betting handicappers' best opinion and best picks on the daily, a full feed of it for just $9.99, go check it out. SoBet.io, use code Jackpot. The morning jackpot, presented by SoBet.